Joining me once again this week is South Carolina Republican and chairman of the Senate House Judiciary Committee, Lindsey Graham. Senator, welcome. It is true. Welcome back to Justice. So does Congress, Senator, have the wherewithal to take the drastic action necessary against the Chinese Communist government?
Well, shame on us if we don't. You know, after 9/11, when al-Qaeda attacked America and killed almost 3,000 Americans, we came together to push back, to go after them. We should have the same attitude about China. China is responsible for 26 million unemployed Americans, 53,000 dead Americans, and this is a chance for Congress to come together. We came together to spend $2.7 trillion because of the damage done to our economy due to China. So I've got two goals, Judge. And that is to get China to change their behavior. And if they don't, sanction the hell out of them. And the second goal is make them pay.
Well, if there is the ability to sanction them, you know, that happens, you know, they still want to be the head of the world order. I mean, they have a sense, the Chinese Communist Party, that they should be in charge of the globe.
You know, that's really true. They do aspire to be a world leader and dominate the world. Here's a question for the world. Do you really want this country running the world, this Chinese dictatorship that puts people of faith in jail for faith? Do you want people to run the world who lie to their own citizens and hide from the world this virus that led to world destruction? Very rarely in the history of the world can you blame one country for so much damage, but you can here. To my Democratic colleagues, I'm going to give you a chance to work with me and other Republicans to push back. I want China to do three things or be sanctioned. Number one, I want them to fully cooperate with investigations regarding the Wuhan lab and how this all started in China. Two, I want them to close the wet markets where they serve bats and monkeys, exotic animals that lead to these pandemics. And the third thing I want to happen is I want China to stop this. I want China to change its behavior. So there's three things they need to do. They need to let these democracy advocates out they put in jail in Hong Kong. They need to close the wet markets, and they need to cooperate with investigations. If they don't, we should sanction the hell out of them.
But here's the problem. If we are able to go there, and we have gone there, they haven't let us anywhere near the lab, as I understand it. That's number one. Number two, they ended up storing all the PPE so that they could then sell it back to other countries. I mean, this is not a government that has an incentive to actually work to be better, to be part of the world order. And by the way, speaking of that, what about all the other countries in the world that have been affected by them? I mean, what is it going to take?
Right. When it comes to China, the European Union was pathetically weak. They roll back or dial back their statement about China. But Congress has a chance to be tough, working with the president. What I want to happen is I want to say, stop travel from China, limit visas into the United States. All these Chinese students that come to our universities, stop them from coming. Stop Chinese officials from traveling to the United States. Stop state-owned businesses from partnering with the United States business community. Stop direct investment in the United States by Chinese companies until they change their behavior, until they cooperate with investigations around how the virus happened, until they let these democracy advocates go that have been put in jail while everybody's focused on the environment, and close these damn wet markets. If they don't do those three things, we should shut China off to the United States. Okay.
But you know, when you look at Hollywood, you look at the sports figures, you look at, you know, they're not a pariah to everybody. A lot of people in the United States are making money over there. Plus, you know, the other piece is 90% of our antibiotics come from over there. So what we've got to figure out is, you know, how do we bring that supply source back? And will Congress work to bring that source back? Because if you believe that, as some do, that that some of this was, you know, at least they lied about it after the fact. Let's assume that it was an accidental release from a lab. They said there was no human-to-human transmission. They stopped the flights from Wuhan to the rest of China, but then leaked them all over to Europe. So what makes people think that, you know, they're not going to do the next thing, which is being in charge of our antibiotics? Maybe I'm a skeptic. Why let them have that power over us?
So there's two things here. Let's make them change their behavior regarding the wet markets, make them cooperate with the investigation so we can get to the truth, and release the democracy activists they put in jail. That's one. Two, make them pay. Let Americans sue China for the damage done to their family, cancel debt that we owe China because they have really destroyed our economy. There's so many things we can do to make them pay, but the sanctions are designed to make them change their behavior. To my Democratic colleagues, step up to the plate here. Don't apologize for China. Let's work together like we did right after 9/11 to send a message to China. Unless you change your behavior, you're not going to have a normal relationship with the United States. President Trump has been tough on China. Now it's time for Congress to be a partner with President Trump.
All right, and quickly before we go, Senator, the rumors are that Kim Jong Un of North Korea is gravely ill. Have you heard anything?
Yeah. Well, it's a closed society. I don't know anything directly, but I'd be shocked if he's not dead or in some incapacitated state, because you don't let rumors like this go forever or go unanswered in a closed society, which is really a cult, not a country, called North Korea. So I pretty well believe he is dead or incapacitated, and I hope that the long-suffering North Korean people will get some relief if he is dead. And President Trump's willing to do business with North Korea in a win-win fashion. So if this guy's dead, I hope the next person that takes over will work with President Trump to make North Korea a better place for everybody.
All right. All right, Senator Lindsey Graham, thanks so much for being with us tonight.